My name is Richard, but most people call me Richie. I guess the name is appropriate because I'm rich now. I'm only 16 and I've already saved enough money for college. Continue watching my crazy story to find out how. I come from a lower middle class family of 7. There was me, my mom, dad, 2 younger brothers, and 2 older sisters. My dad had a good enough job and my mom worked as a library assistant. We didn't have much, but we were happy and we appreciated that our parents worked hard to provide for us. Before I continue, please don't forget to hit the like and subscribe buttons. If you do this within the next 5 seconds, there's a chance you'll become rich like me. Hit that notification bell to become even richer. Anyway, things went downhill when my father said he had an important announcement. We were all seated at the dinner table and he said, "I had to be rushed to the hospital this morning. After the doctors examined me and conducted some tests, they found out that I have leukemia. I will begin treatment next week, but I'll have to quit my job." "Daddy, are you going to die?" my little brother asked. "No, I think I will survive and I need you all to think positively. It just means that we will have less money and things will become a bit difficult," he replied. My mom began sobbing and everyone else looked so sad. "Guys, Dad said to be positive. I believe you'll get through this and we'll do what we can to help you heal," I said, then I got up and hugged him. Everyone else joined and he smiled sadly. The next few weeks were difficult indeed. We could barely make ends meet with my mom's salary. I felt hopeless. What could I do to help? I was still a teenager at high school and I barely had enough free time to work. I stayed back in the library after school one afternoon trying to gather my thoughts. I put my hat on the desk and I think I probably looked really frustrated because the librarian came up to me and said, "Is something wrong, darling?" "Well, my family needs money and I don't know what to do," I answered, a little shocked at myself because I rarely ever spoke to other people about my problems. "Oh, well, there's not much I can do, but our financial literacy books are this way," she replied while pointing. I got up and started browsing. There were several titles like How to Get Rich Quickly and Nothing to Something, but the one that really caught my eye was titled Creative Ways to Make Money. I borrowed all these books and locked myself in my room all weekend to read. I read and read until I realized that all I had to do was use my knowledge, skills, and what I was good at to my advantage. I sat and thought, I'm good with technology and I can make an average-looking website. I'm funny, charming, and interesting. I'm the most handsome person I know. Then it struck me. I could create a dating website, but the only person on the website would be me. I was going to try to get paid to go on dates with girls. I flung open my laptop and got to work. Within a few days, my website was up and running. My website, DateRichie.com, had a very interesting pitch which went, "Are you a lonely girl who keeps getting ignored by the guys you like? Do you want to know what a real date feels like? I'm here to your rescue. Packages are as follows. Stroll through the park, $50. Ice cream date, $150. Dinner, $300. Dinner and a movie, $500. Amusement park, $600. Is there something you'd like to do that isn't listed above? Just send me a quick message and we'll make an arrangement." I borrowed some money from my mom to pay for ads on every social media platform. I shared it on my pages too, and within a few seconds, all my friends from school were sending me messages and laughing about my idea. 1 week passed and I was beginning to think that my idea was a failure. Then, on Friday night, I got an email. "I am interested in your dinner and a movie package. Please call me for more information." A number was provided, so I dialed quickly. "Hello?" a man's voice said gruffly. Gross, I thought. "Did I dial the wrong number? My name is Richie," I said. "No, you dialed correctly. Don't be scared. I don't want to go on a date with you. I'm happily married. I'd like you to take my daughter out. She's 16 and she's never been on a date. I've already told her about you and she sounds quite excited," he said. I was relieved. "When would you like me to take her out?" I asked. "Tomorrow. Send me your address and I'll pick you up. I'll drop you off at dinner, then you can make your way to the movies. Her name is Lucy, by the way," he said, then hung up. I sent my address and thought it was all so easy. I was even getting a ride there. Cool. The next day, a really expensive-looking car pulled up outside of my house at 6 p.m. I rushed out and got into the back. Lucy was sitting right there. "Hi, Lucy. I'm so happy to meet you. My name is Richie," I said. She looked at me and turned her head away. "Don't worry, Richie. She's always like that at first," the driver said, I recognized his voice and realized he was the same person I spoke to on the phone. He drove to a chic Italian restaurant, parked, and turned around to smile at us. "We're here, kids. This is where we part ways. Have fun," he said while handing me an envelope with $600 inside. "The extra $100 is to pay for the food. Bye," he added, then sped off. I walked into the restaurant with Lucy and we were taken to our table. We sat down and one of the most boring nights of my life began. I tried to talk to Lucy, but she refused to reply. When we got the menu, I ordered and she refused to say anything. She just showed the waitress what she wanted by pointing at the menu. A dull hour had passed, and while I was in the middle of a delicious slice of tiramisu, I blurted out, "Are your teeth ugly or something? Why don't you talk?" She shot me an angry stare and said nothing. After dinner, we went to our movie and it felt a bit less awkward because we didn't need to talk. Her father came to pick us up after, and when I was about to get out of the car to walk to my house, Lucy said, "Thanks for an awesome night," and smiled the most beautiful smile I'd ever seen. I went straight to my room to count my money. Woohoo! I'm $500 richer, and all I did was eat and watch a movie. This is the life, I thought. I gave half of the money to my mom and saved the other half. The next week was wild. I was sitting in biology class daydreaming when Principal Dean came and asked to see me. I walked with him to his office. "Am I in trouble?" I asked. "Well, I heard you have a job. I hope that you'll be able to balance work and school," he said. I'll try. So, what did you take me out of class to discuss?" I asked. By this time, we were sitting in his office. "Someone sent me your website. It's quite creative. Good work. Okay, I'll get to the point. I'd like you to take my niece, Willow, out this afternoon. Her boyfriend broke up with her 2 weeks ago, and lately she's been feeling a bit sad. I think that going on a date will cheer her up," he said. I was shocked. I got called to the principal's office so I could take his niece on a date? Sure. Which package would you like?" I asked. He decided on a simple afternoon stroll, and I told him I'd meet them outside after school. My walk with Willow was cool. Unlike Lucy, she actually spoke. She told me that after her boyfriend broke up with her, she began to feel less confident and beautiful. I explained to her that she was gorgeous, and I think she left our date feeling very happy. That experience made me realize that I could really have a positive impact on the girls I went out with, so I tried to do that. My next few dates were fun, and after a while, I had saved almost $5,000. The girls would always post pictures of me on Instagram, and I realized this was like free advertisement. More girls wanted to go out with me, and I was becoming popular. Lucy's dad was a regular customer, so that was a sure $500 every week. She had started opening up to me, and we'd actually had a few conversations. Then, I had an experience which made me question my career choice. A beautiful girl named Nova sent me an email and asked to go to dinner. She said that she went to an all-girls private school and she rarely ever had a chance to meet guys. I agreed to meet her at an Indian restaurant the next day. I waited for her outside, and when she approached, my eyes nearly fell out and my heart skipped a beat. She was drop-dead gorgeous. She made me feel like I wanted a real girlfriend, and I didn't want to continue going on dates with multiple girls anymore. We went inside, and I tried to make sure that I was the perfect gentleman. I pulled out her chair, poured her water, and did everything I should have. "You're just the cutest, Richie," she said. "And you're gorgeous, Nova," I replied. Our night was magical. She was not only gorgeous, but she was funny, interesting, and smart. We took a cab to her house so I could make sure she got home safely. "Hey, would you like to go out with me again sometime? I mean, like, for free?" I asked before she left. "I'd love to," she replied. I could have fainted. That was actually the first time I had ever asked a girl out. I had her number, so I texted her every day until our date. During my dates with other girls, I'd be thinking about her. I'd been brainstorming creative dates, and I settled on a picnic in the park. I really wanted to take her to Venice so we could take a romantic boat ride, but I wasn't rich enough for that yet. The day took forever to arrive. When it did, I packed a cute little picnic basket with fruits and gourmet snacks. I went to the park and laid a tablecloth on the grass. I waited for about 10 minutes and I didn't see her anywhere. I texted her and she told me she was on her way. When she came, she looked a bit nervous and acted tense. "Is everything okay?" I asked. Yeah, I'm fine," she replied. We began eating some snacks, then suddenly a guy about my age approached us. "What do you think you're doing with my girlfriend?" he asked while looking like he was about to explode. "Chad, please stop. He's just my friend," She laughed nervously. Then why are you having a picnic with him? He said. We're waiting for my other friends. Anyway, let's just go. He can wait for them by himself, she said. I was shocked. She got up, took his hand, and they both walked away. I was left sitting all alone on my tablecloth with my picnic basket. Later, she sent an email apologizing. She explained that he had been sending messages to his ex and she only went out with me to see if he'd get jealous. She'd left hints about where she was going so that he could find her easily. I don't think I deserved that, but whatever. Since then, I've avoided catching feelings for any girls. This is all about the money for me. By the way, my dad is recovering well and we have a lot more money now, so everything worked out in the end.